Hey guys, Kip Morris with Surecrete. We're excited today to be introducing our new Precast Plus. We've changed a few things in the mix. We've got fibers, we've got polymer, lots of things in there to help this thing, gradations of sands, just to keep from having shrinkage cracks. So looking forward to doing this project. We're actually on an existing bar top. We've torn out. Substrate's still good, so we're going to go with that and not tear it out. One thing I do want to point out, guys, it's really important pouring in place like this. Notice these beveled edges. What that's going to do is help keep the outside edges from actually cracking because it's got a nice radius to it. So by having that takes a lot of the pressure off your edges, so it gives it a little more room to move. So just stick around and watch what we do throughout the day. Part of this process here is to make sure we've got enough room for overhang with our bar top to actually cover the substrate we're pouring over. So by doing this, we're allowing, roughly 1.5 inches for this form liner to set in. So we're formed up with our 2x4, screwing into the substrate from beneath, and then we'll have another 2x that we can screw into the back of this that'll actually hold the form liner in place. We've gotten to the point to where now we're adding our form liner. So we've got this nice split face rock, and instead of trying to round the corners off, we're actually going to do a nice mitered fit. This stuff has enough flex that we're going to be able to push it in tight, so it'll be a good looking seam. We are to the point of putting in our slip sheet. Slip sheet's very important, especially in a freeze thaw area. We want to be able to have the substrate to expand and contract and then let the concrete move without being locked in place. So that's why we've got the slip sheet in place. We are also ready to attach our form liners, and we're going to be doing that here shortly with the pin nailer. So we're ready to start pouring. So the exciting part's starting. We're going to use the XS Procast Plus as our bag mix. That is water only. We're going to add our Surecrete color for an integral color. So we'll use 1 bag per bag of Procast Plus. We will be stamping this, so with that we're going to use a really light texture, but we're going to use our 2090 from the TK product. So nice stamp release. Again, we're going to make this simple and easy. We want to always add the color to the water first. Don't add it into the mix after you've started. Not going to get the consistency that you need. All right, guys, we've already screed this. Now we've hit it with a mag. And at this point, we don't want to keep working it. If you do, you're just going to pull fiber and just make a bigger mess. So just let it sit, come back and check it, and we'll hit it once we know it's ready. It's set up firm enough now that we can actually use our edge form as a guide, put a little bit of pressure, and you see how it starts smoothing that out. So we hit it with a mag. If we went at this point, started trying to use a steel trowel, we're gonna close this thing up and create a lot of blisters. So stay away from it, give it time, and we'll come back and check on it a little bit later, and we'll show you what to do with it at that point. All right, guys, like I said earlier, timing's everything. We've looked at this. It's now time to put the steel trowel to it. I personally like using the pool trowel. It doesn't leave the marks if you're not really good at troweling out with like a regular square trowel will. So anyway, not putting a lot of pressure. Don't rush it. You rush it, you're gonna cause problems. Then you're gonna be wanting to call me. We don't want to hear that. All right, guys, it's time. We've got our stamp we're going to use, so we're going to use a little bit of the TK 2010 for the release. Along with our stamp, we'll spray both down and see what we get. Day two, weather's not cooperated, but that's okay. We're gonna get ready to strip these forms and go ahead and cut our control joints in. You know, anytime you have corners or like an insert, it's just wise. A lot of people don't want to do it, but to me it's wise to go ahead and cut your control joints, because it is going to try to crack on you off the corners, especially off of this post. So stick around. Like I said, we're going to get this thing prepped and ready, and hopefully the weather cooperates with us. All right, guys, we've got the forms off. We're ready to prep this thing. So we have our SCR. very mild acid. We're going to cut it back 4 parts water to 1 part SCR. We're just going to wash this down, and it's going to help prep it for stain. So here we go. Very important. Of course, we don't have to worry about it with all the rain, but wet your substrate down, wet your surface down before you apply this SCR. If not, you could have streaks and it could have a dark spot. So always wet your surface down. Alright guys, now we're ready to start staining our top. So we've pre-wet our surface down. We're going to try to make us a nice looking vein. We're actually using the Eco Stain. So here we go. We've laid out our stain and we're getting it dried out now, and once that's dry we're going to go back over the whole top with our Eco Accent. Alright, Eco Accent, so we're just going to saturate it down. All right, the job's turned out just fantastic. You know, a quick couple of days work. We work hard, but we also relax. Don't forget to enjoy life.